Next, we'll join Mark Avera as he talks with Officer Tirado of the Gainesville Police Department about personal safety.
Officer, I want to take this segment of our show to invite you here as a guest and to give the department an opportunity to tell us a little bit about the tips that the department offers to citizens in the community for crime prevention. And where I want to start are those areas where people frequent late at night, places like the mall or the downtown area. I know the department has opportunities from time to time to advocate tips, but would you please share with the folks watching this program some of the things that they can do to avoid having problems with crime when they park at areas where there are a lot of people?
Sure, absolutely, Mark. If we're talking about the mall, I would say the key thing is to be alert, and that's going to be whether you're at the mall or you're downtown or anywhere you go. You always want to be and stay alert and be watchful and be aware of your surroundings. You don't want to just kind of walk around and not walk confidently or look confident as to where you're going. You want to be confident and show that to people who may be watching you. The other thing to be aware about when you're at the mall is the security that is there. They have Oak Small security, and you could request at some point, if you're staying late at night and you're there at 9 o'clock and they're starting to close up at 9 o'clock, you can request for the security to maybe escort you to the car, especially if your car is kind of parked on the outlying parts of the mall. You could do that. You want to keep your packages with you very close by, close to your body, your purse as well. And if you're a male, you want to carry your wallet in your front pocket versus your back pocket. Those are basic tips to keep in mind when you're at the mall.
Well, if a mom is at the mall close to closing time and has some small kids and is really reluctant to walk all the way out to her car that's on the far side of the parking lot, how would she go about contacting mall security and asking for somebody to escort her to her vehicle?
They have an informational desk there, or you can ask any of the stores there, and the employees should be able to get in touch with mall security and who would meet you at a designated location where you're at, and they would just escort you out to the car.
Whether downtown or at the mall, people sometimes go out to their vehicle and put their packages or their purchases in their vehicle. Is there a way they can go about doing that that reduces the chance of the car being broken into?
When you're going out to your car and you're putting packages in there, I would say put them in your trunk. And make sure the interior, a lot of cars have a trunk lock, so nobody can break into the car and unlock the trunk from the inside. Make sure that's locked and that stays locked. And try to reduce the amount of trips that you make to your car with packages in hand. If you can do it all in one time, you go in the mall, you shop, you get what you need, and then come back out at one time, that's probably the best thing to do. You don't ever want to leave valuables inside the car where people can see it, because that just gives the would-be burglar incentive to want to break in and steal those items that are yours. And also, this is common sense, to lock your doors always and roll up your windows. Make sure you do that before and after you get in your car every time.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about exercising or jogging. A lot of people in my neighborhood and all over Gainesville, because Gainesville is a very outdoor community, people are all the time running at all hours of the day. I see folks jogging late at night or in the middle of the day, early in the morning. Tell us some of the things that people can do to reduce their chances of becoming a victim when they go out and jog.
Again, the first thing to do, Mark, would be to stay alert. Be aware of your surroundings, know where you're going. Don't jog late at night. Don't jog alone if at all possible. If you are alone, and I would recommend that you jog during the daytime or very early evening before dark comes. It's best to not wear a portable device like an MP3 player, but if you insist on wearing it, please at least just wear one so you can at least hear what's going on around you. When you're out and about jogging and you have a feeling that maybe somebody could be following you, you want to change directions, because that person, if they are following you, you'll notice it. And so if they are following you, you want to go to an open business or somewhere that's well lit and call the police. And don't be afraid to yell for help also if you feel that or you sense that somebody is actually following you. You want to obviously run in well lit areas wherever you're at, or walk in well lit areas. Know your neighborhood pretty well. Know what's going on around. Know the businesses that do stay open late. Know any fire departments or fire stations that are around there. The police department. Anywhere that is a public place that is open, especially late night hours. If you end up going out walking late at night, which I don't recommend. But if you are out and about and you have no choice, then at least know your neighborhood. Know where you work. Know where you're going to school. Just know the surrounding area around those establishments.
Officer, let's finish up today with you giving us some tips about how folks in the neighborhood can organize themselves to watch out for each other? What are some of the things that they can do to reduce the chances of crime in their neighborhood?
Neighborhood Crime Watch is something that is so needed in every community. The reason why is neighbors can network. They're the eyes and ears from their neighborhood. We can't be out there at all times and all days of the night because sometimes our zones are pretty big. And so we have multiple areas to cover, multiple neighborhoods to cover. But if you, as a resident of a neighborhood, you're there all the time and you see what's going on, what belongs, what doesn't belong, who belongs there, who doesn't belong there. And so you want to network with one another, and then that network can relay information to us, the police department, and which helps us do our job better to identify problem causers and troublemakers and things like that. And so it is really important to network. If you don't have a neighborhood crime watch, which is the best way to do the networking, then I would recommend you can get one started. You can contact me, and we'll work on getting you a neighborhood crime watch started in your neighborhood.
Does the department actually encourage folks to call when they see things that just aren't right in their neighborhood? I know 9 times out of 10 it's something innocuous, but if they call on that 10th time when it is something that's wrong and the police respond and catch somebody like that, does the department encourage folks to call even if they're a little bit suspicious?
Yes, sir, absolutely. No matter what you feel, if you feel it's a small incident, it doesn't matter, because that one incident could solve maybe multiple crimes that have occurred in that neighborhood, or you might just have prevented a burglary or a burglary spree. You never know. So if you have that gut feeling, then please don't ignore that. Give us a call, and you're not bothering us. We're here for your support and we're here for your protection. So please give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to come out there as soon as possible to address the issue.
All right. Thanks for your time, officer. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.